Welcome to a Community Partners interview, where we explore the organizations, opportunities, and resources that look to make change in our daily lives. I'm your host, Jocelyn Dore, and you're listening to Voices for Ability Radio, all abilities, all the time. Today, I'm joined by Birgit Giesser, a certified music therapist and neurologic therapist for Music Therapy Association of BC. Music Therapy Association of BC's organizational mission is to promote excellence in music therapy practice, research, education, and development, to further the awareness of music therapy in British Columbia and across Canada, and to serve as an organizational agency for their members. Thank you for joining us today, Birgit.
You're welcome, Jocelyn.
Tell us a bit more about you and what inspired you to work at MTABC and to work with individuals with disabilities.
So first I have to clarify that MTABC stands for Music Therapy Association of British Columbia, and it is a member organization for music therapists and friends. We are, however, not an employer of music therapists. We are an organization where music therapists and friends can come together and become a face to the public. We advocate for music therapy services. We put our work out there. We provide continuing education for our members. We put on an annual conference. We also have a jobs link, and people can come and request services and find a music therapist who suits their needs. So we're not an employer, but we are a resource and advocacy organization. Myself, I work for an association called Ridge Meadows Association for Community Living. And in that capacity, my employer, who is almost solely funded by Community Living British Columbia and the Ministry for Children and Families, we support individuals and their caregivers and families from infancy to old age with developmental disabilities and folks on the autism spectrum, and some have sensory challenges. And we provide day programs, specialized employment, residential options, and all sorts of other supports.
How did MTABC get its start?
MTABC got its start almost 40 years ago by a few music therapists who felt that there needed to be some kind of gathering of music therapists to put the word out there that we exist and to promote our services to the public and to potential employers.
What is music therapy?
Well, music therapy, according to the definition of the Canadian Association of Music Therapy, to which our provincial body is a partner of, we receive our definition from the Canadian Association for Music Therapists. It is the relationship between a trained, certified music therapist, the therapeutic relationship that we establish with someone we support and work with, and people can request services for cognitive, for emotional, for social, for motor, speech, spiritual reasons. And through the elements of music and the either live or recorded, now in the age of online services, we establish a relationship and use music to further an individual's goals.
Can you tell us what type of resources you have?
So as a provincial association, Music Therapy Association of BC, we have resources for our members, but I won't go into those because you want to know for your radio listeners what we have available. So we have a website, mtabc.com, and on the website, you can find out, first of all, what music therapy is, who it might be for, what kind of services are available, who you might want to look for, what the cost might be, if there is insurance coverage, um, what to consider when connecting with a music therapist. And on our website, we have a sublink to research, to examples, to TED Talks, and also common questions and answers that your listeners might want to learn about. And so we're a resource for you, for the public, as well as for our members.
Are there any restrictions to becoming a member, such as age or disability type?
I would not think so, no. So we appreciate the interest of anyone in the public to become a member. However, you do not need to be a member to make use of these resources. So if someone would like to engage a music therapist for their own health and wellness, you can go on mtabc.com, and there's a section called Find a Music Therapist. And under that section, we have members listed according to geographic area where they work. So this applies mostly to music therapists who are working in British Columbia. But we have similar organizations in Ontario, in Alberta, in Manitoba, in the Maritimes. So if your listeners are from all across Canada, they could contact any of our provincial associations. And so under that heading, Find a Music Therapist, you would find someone's name, if gender or sexual orientation is important to you, what kind of model they might follow, what instruments they focus on, and what kind of groups or individuals they specialize in, what their experience is. So when a listener contacts a music therapist, you can already pre-screen for someone who might fit your needs. You can also contact info@mtabc.com, also available on the website, and talk to our administrative assistant about wanting to connect with a music therapist if that is easier for a listener.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Without using any names, can you share a success story with me? What supports were put in place when someone asked for help?
Going back to who we are as an association, we mostly serve our members as a connecting tool, and serve the public in the sense that we connect the public with a music therapist. So I would say that there are so many stories of where working with a music therapist might have assisted a family, an individual in reaching their goals for themselves, or coming from a place of not feeling well, and or feeling very disconnected or lonely, or having issues with a disability or a sense of social isolation. And in finding a music therapist, explore either the issues underlying or finding tools to help the person to become better resourced, or finding a group where other people with similar goals might engage in music therapy with the individual, so that, well, people feel heard, people feel that their needs are being validated, that their goals are being met, and that through the musical experience with a trained therapist, think of it as counseling, which is also what we're striving to become recognized as, a psychotherapist, music therapy specialist, that issues are being addressed. Does that answer your question, Jocelyn? Yeah.
Yes. What is something that you see happening over and over again to individuals with disabilities that shouldn't be? And how do you think it could be stopped?
Well, I think none of us are perfect. Most of us have, most, if not all of us, have challenges. I don't see the world in black and white, but I do know that members of the, and I'm not even sure I'm so comfortable with that word, members of the disability community um, have tremendous strengths that we don't want to get rid of or sweep under the rug. I respect the communication. I respect that if one sensory organ may not be the strongest, other areas take over. I respect that we compensate for weaknesses in one area with strength in another. And and I feel that exploring that in a process within therapy, if such a need exists, we can come together and feel supported and strengthened. Issues might be silencing, issues might be not offering accommodations, issues might be thinking that one is better than another. The world is a big place, and I think there's a space for everyone.
Are there any events coming up for MTABC?
Yes, we have an annual conference coming up, and I want to say, oh boy, it is October 18th, although I'm not quite sure on that. Um, Sorry about that. I'd have to go to the website back again. We also have continuing education workshops. The public is invited, although they're more geared towards colleagues of mine. But the conference should be open to everyone.
If someone wanted to become a member of MTABC, what is the process for becoming a member? And also, do you guys have volunteers that work with you? What is the process for becoming a volunteer?
We have annual membership fees, and a person could just go on the website again or call up our info line and pay the membership fees. There's also no one stopping, disabilities or not, from becoming a music therapist if that was an interest. We have music therapists who have low vision, who have poor hearing, who are physically challenged. I think it's a field that invites people of all stripes and people who have a lived experience with disabilities to become certified music therapists.
What is one thing that everyone needs to know about MTABC?
And that we're here. We're
Fair
here
enough.
to support you. We are here to offer our services. If you would like to work with a music therapist, we're on there. You can read our little bios. You can see our picture. You can talk to us. There are phone numbers. We list our experience. We actually have quite an extensive website about how the field evolved across Canada and in British Columbia. We have information on our training programs and our rigorous curriculum for training, the certification process, so that anyone who's interested in working with a music therapist can find that we provide safe, professional, person-oriented, best evidence practice for care.
If listeners are looking for more information, how can they reach out to you?
You can call me. They can call Voices for Ability and get my link to my work phone or my work email, or they can reach me through mtabc.com. I'm one of those folks listed on the section How to Find a Music Therapist.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you. So thank you for joining us today.
You're most welcome. It's been a delight.
Yes, I really enjoyed learning about your organization. This has been a Community Partners interview on Voices for Ability Radio, all abilities, all the time.